Hey, what's up guys? This is the third and final video of the series of shoe care videos where I demonstrate how to take care of a pair of calfskin dress shoes using Pure Polish products. The first video we went through, we used the cleaner conditioner to, you guessed it, clean and condition the leather. The second video was using cream polish and paste polish to add some pigment, some color back to the leather, as well as some additional nutrients, and then apply a base layer of the paste or wax simply to be a protective layer, but then also serve as the foundation for what we're going to do in this video, which is apply the high shine to get the mirror shine, which is right here. We'll walk through the steps to obtain the mirror shine, but I'm going to spend the majority of the video, and I'll save this towards the end to actually talk through how I get the mirror shine when things aren't really going as planned, because I think the biggest issues that people have is when things don't go as planned, and really what to do at that point, how to kind of save it without having to strip everything off and start from scratch. We're starting off where we left off last video, which is with dark brown paste wax on the toe and the heel. So we're just going to buff this off, and we're going to use a clean cotton cloth, a little bit of water, and we may dab the high shine or the dark brown paste. I'll get into why I would use one versus the other a little bit later on, but I'm just going to start buffing this off on the one shoe. I'm going to open up this fresh tin of high shine paste. I'm going to heat the paste up using my fingertip, just going around in circular motions. I'll apply this first layer to both the toe and the heel, and then I'm going to let this dry, and we'll move on to the other shoe. If you've made it this far, definitely like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for the video and the channel. It's completely free. You don't have to pay to subscribe, and you can cancel at any time. By subscribing and turning on your notifications, you'll find out exactly when I publish my next video. You don't have to wait for YouTube to tell you or not tell you and find out. A couple of months down the road, I made a video that was either on a topic that was interesting to you or answered a question that you were hoping to have answered. So definitely do that. There's no downside to it, and it will definitely help me in the sense that the content I'm creating is going to be shared and pushed out to more folks. I'm going to follow the same steps for this shoe now. Once I finish, or by the time I finish putting the laces back in, applying the first layer to the toe, to the heel, the paste will have completely dried on the first shoe by the time I finish this. In this step, to buff off the high shine paste, or the first layer, you want to use a clean cotton cloth, water, and have the high shine paste and maybe the dark brown paste or another paste available to you. There are benefits of using one versus the other, at least in my experience, and I think having both of them out is just kind of how I normally do this. You want to make sure that as you're buffing this off, it's sliding very smoothly and effortlessly across the toe and the heel, because if you're kind of dragging because you either have not enough or too much saturation on the cloth, you're either just going to be swirling around wet wax, or you're going to be actually like pulling the wax off as opposed to buffing it down to a smooth layer. If I find that the cloth is starting to drag a little bit, that's when I will go ahead and either add a little bit more water or a little more paste. And the paste, I'm really just kind of like pressing into the top of it. I'm not going to be like swirling around on the cloth. You really don't need that much when you are buffing off the layer that you applied with your fingertip. Unfortunately, it's not a simple equation of use X, Y, and Z and you'll get it. It's really something that you have to touch and feel and practice or experiment with and find out what combination of these products work best for you. The obvious question comes up of when do you stop? And I think that's very similar to the question of when or how long do you need to brush shell cordovan? And the answer is like when you get the result that you want. Sometimes that may take like 20 minutes of buffing. Sometimes that may take 10 minutes, but you may need to add a second layer of the paste. Now, before you add this second layer of the high shine paste, you want to make sure that you've buffed everything down. If you apply more paste on top of an uneven or a dull shoe to begin with, it's going to make it that much more difficult to get a very clear shine, because you're going to be building a shine on top of something that's not shining already. So I'm just going to continue doing this back and forth on either shoe. And when I switch shoes, it's really just because I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm not seeing a drastic increase in how reflective or how shiny the toe is getting. So I just give that shoe a break. I move on to the other one to try and get it up to that level. And then once it's at that level, I'll let that one rest and continue to alternate back and forth. I think we're about wrapped up here. So this is what our final result looks like. I wouldn't necessarily say this is, the best mirror shine that's ever been done, but it's definitely a good looking shine, and it's definitely a great demonstration on how to use the products. A few of the things I had mentioned earlier about wanting to talk about how to handle a situation when things don't go as planned. The first is if you are buffing the toe or the heel and it's actually getting worse instead of getting better. There are a few things that could cause that. Again, it could be too much water, too much paste, or too much pressure. Whatever it is, I think the best solution for that, at least for me, has always been to just stop and let the shoe rest 10, 15 minutes, a couple of hours, or even a day. A lot of times just the rest or just kind of like resetting what you're doing in your mind and with your hands, like that is more often than not enough to actually get you back on track. Now, if it is an oversaturation or if it is too much product, that's something that needs more time as well. It just has to rest and either dry or evaporate off. The other common situation I used to experience a lot, and I hear other folks experience, is that when you're trying to finish the mirror shine, instead of it being a very smooth finish like this, you kind of see a lot of scratches either horizontally, well, that's vertically, kind of up and down or side to side. What that is the cloth that you're using is either dirty and it's got like dried paste or dried cream, conditioner, it's got something that's dried on it, or the cloth just isn't that great for obtaining the mirror shine. You need to have a very smooth and a very clean cloth to do this, because any imperfections or any dirt that is actually on this, you're going to see that in the surface of the mirror shine. So the best way to kind of solve for that is to either change sections on the cloth, move to a clean part of it, or altogether just get a different cloth and try and find something like a 100% cotton t-shirt, dress shirt, or just, an actual mirror shine or shoe shine cloth. There are a lot of brands, just like Pure Polish, that make and offer very good shine cloths. I either use the Pure Polish one, or I also use these little strips from Mason and Smith. I hope this was able to kind of give you some further insights or some further tips to at least either obtain a mirror shine or kind of help you get one easier, as well as the full shoe care series, and kind of give you some tips to kind of take care of your shoes better or just with better products. And let me know if there's anything in particular you want to see in the next shoe care video. One that I have in mind is the water resistant cream. So this can be used on calfskin, on shell cordovan, and I think this is a great product, but it's a very unique one, and it's one that you have to kind of make sure that you're using the right way. So I'll make a dedicated video for that. Thanks for watching, appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.